generation, I think they kind of expect some type of respect. When I don't know you, I don't know you from anywhere, but you want me to be like, when I see you, I should not do this, I should not do that, I should not do this. But we actually don't know you. So why do you think I should, give you that same respect that I give someone that I know? But I mean, we're in Nigeria, so I think the whole culture has been embedded in our mind that, okay, when you see an adult, when you see someone that is older than you, you do this or you do that. I think apart from that, if I see you somewhere, I don't really have to give you that. I just go my way, go your way. I think everybody should be fine on their own.
Okay, on the Gen Z, I see them as a hopeful generation. Little or no fear, a mind to explore, basically little or no fear. Because of that, they feel they are quite independent. But they really, really do need help. They need guidance. They need support. And particularly, they really need to be nurtured. The Gen Z. And for the Gen X, they just deserve some form of recognition, or they crave recognition, basically. They feel they are, anyways, ahead of us in terms of existence. They are ahead of us, and they would love to be recognized for that. They're a brilliant mind. But they're a bit rigid.
Millennials, they were brought up with smartphones, gadgets, and all them stuff. So they were born with it.
We created it.
Yes, they were born with it because there's no child now that you have that is not yes, that is not
That does not think
that even a baby, you give the baby the phone and all that, it cries when you take the phone off. So that's the world the Gen Zs
find themselves.
Find themselves. Then for the millennials, they're a bit mature. They think through before they do some stuff and all that. And I think it's a stage from the Gen Z to the millennials, because there's this step that you have to go through.
For every solution, there's a problem. And while appreciating the improvements, we created new problems, which brought about new solutions that's why Gen Zs are now then exposed to. But because they are meeting a solution already, they're now trying to create a new problem for us.
Why do you see us as a problem? Is it because you're not used to it?
Yes, it's new.
It's new doesn't mean it's a problem. It's new means it's new. You're not used to it. You're not familiar with it. It doesn't mean
when you're not familiar. If you're not familiar with something, it's a problem.
For you, okay. So it's a problem for you.
It's a problem that requires a solution. So
are you
hearing? Huh?
Why a problem that requires a solution? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, you're a challenge that needs to be fixed.
Oh my goodness, what's the difference? You're not used to it. It's a new normal that it's in your.
Okay, that needs to be adapted to.
I also feel like millennials they're very quick to point out, oh, this is what you're doing wrong. This is what you're doing wrong. They're very quick to point out.
I think the Gen Zs are faster, so the millennials are not in that pace.
The past, the present is the key to the future.
Fine.
You don't just you can't just plunge into the future
about something they don't understand. You're quick to say, oh, this is what you're doing wrong, this is what you're doing wrong. You don't want to listen, you don't want to hear why the person is maybe acting that. Maybe if someone, do you know that if you're working with somebody, if you're working with a young person and then you guys are working on, and then one day you do something and the person just becomes like, oh, I don't like the way you do this, and the person just like goes off. What they will say is, this person is rude. They won't say, okay, I've been working with this person for a while. Why did you react like that? What What was it? They don't want to
And
find out
this
what
is
led to that
a Gen
build-up.
Z, a Gen Z that thrives on no personal relationship. Courtesy, you don't deserve courtesy. I choose to give courtesy. Now wants the millennial to want to have personal. Oh, my own is the job. Do the job. I've given you this. You're not doing. Then all of a sudden you come to tell me you're not going to do what you want to do because you have some personal issue, and you don't want to personalize our relationship.
So
But
that's
you
why
want
the
your
Gen
boss
Z
to
Generation
personalize the
X,
relationship.
right,
You're a
takes care of
contradiction.
everything. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You demand of the world. But when the world demands of you, it becomes they see you as a problem. So my Gen Zs have been tagged fearless, which is a very great, wonderful attribute to have. But being fearless doesn't mean we shouldn't recognize fear. Gen Zs have not really been exposed to loads of situations that will breed the fear. I think the Gen Xs with the most experience, hands-on experience, real-life experiences, needs to be more involved with the Gen Z.
Okay, I think we need to be a little bit more open-minded to receive from the older generation in terms of what they already have on ground. Saying, okay, I understand what you said, oh, we just want to do our own and do our own. We don't want to care about any advice or any guidance you want to do. So I think that's somewhere we can improve, trying to receive the knowledge older generation can really pull from their, I think I would say resilience. I think you have the resilience to actually stay in a situation that is not soft, that is not tough. To say, okay, let me stay and find a solution for this hard life right now so that I can later on live that soft life. I think we're quick to move away from hard situations. Like once we see that this thing, just say, oh, it's affecting my brain, we just shift. So I think that's something we can really pull from. You guys have the ability to say, okay, this thing I can solve it, I believe in myself, I have the knowledge, let me look at these options to actually solve this.
Yeah, from both generations. I think both of you are right in your own analysis. For me, everything is a circle. Gen Zs need the millennials need the Generation X's and boomers and everything. For integration, would need to work together, live together, understand each other. She said she knows that there have been some lapses, some gaps and all that, which they can learn from the Generation X, who are much more calmer, matured in their thinking, analytical, and always have solutions no matter how long it takes. They never run from problems. For us, it's like for every problem there is a solution.
Succeed together.
Oh, succeeding together.
Oh, together.
Yeah. It's not complete.
So yeah, put you guys.
It's not like complete. It's supposed to be the same time. Yeah.
Unity Bank, succeeding together.